one of the few survivors of the Minab glassing and subsequent nuclear winter, an expert engineer, former UNSC Army Sergeant and member of the Spartan Fireteam Osiris. This is the story of Holly Tanaka. Voiced by Cynthia McWilliams in Halo 5 Guardians, Holly Tanaka is a Spartan that shoulders tremendous burdens due to her dark past. She wears the Technician variant of the Mjolnir Gen 2 armour, and has a preferred loadout consisting of the M395 DMR and the M6H2 Magnum. Holly Tanaka was born on Minab, an Earth colony. Her family are multiracial, consisting of Black and East Asian descent. She was raised with her brothers in the colony's capital city, Kaina, where her parents managed a construction company, known as Tanaka Exploration. Towards the end of the Human Covenant War, the Covenant were fully entrenched in the inner colonies, including Tanaka's homeworld, Minab. The planet stood defenceless against the genocidal onslaught of the Covenant. Holly's mother was at home with her brothers, washing dishes, as the Covenant destroyers began raining down superheated plasma into Kaina, initiating the glassing of Minab. Holly and her father survived the glassing, as they were luckily on the other side of Minab, where their business maintained a mining operation. The glassing stimulated a nuclear winter, and for a year after, Holly, her father, and 9 other colonists from the mining crew survived, without any attacks by Covenant occupation forces. Tanaka became a skilled hunter, an adept at setting traps for local game, including a species very similar to the Guta from Reach. She was also relied upon by her father as the group's best engineer, able to construct and maintain fusion reactors for the mine. Tanaka and her father often debated if they should activate a distress beacon for rescue by the UNSC, yet they always came to the same conclusion: anybody could pick it up, including jackal scavengers roaming the surface of Minab. Shortly before Tanaka went on a hunt, a disturbed, aggressive, violent crew member attacked and maimed another survivor, blinding him in his left eye. The man was later subdued and tied down by the other crew members, who continually argued about what they should do with this threat. Some called for his immediate execution, whilst others wanted to keep him and care for him under more hospitable conditions. In the morning after one of these disputes, the man became unrestrained and escaped into the night into the surrounding wilderness, unknown to the rest of the crew. When they found out, they began to argue, and brandished a variety of long guns to intimidate each other. To gain control of the volatile situation, Tanaka fired her shotgun into the air. Her father volunteered to sweep the mine for the escapee, and ordered that no further action would be taken if he wasn't found, in an effort to end the hostility that was plaguing the small group of survivors. Tanaka questioned her father for hours later about 2 people who continued to incite strife between the survivors. She learned that the 2 were very private individuals who kept to themselves with attitudes typical of those living on the fringes of the outer colonies. A call then came through to Tanaka's father's radio from the mine's sentry. She spotted the escaped assailant amongst a group of 13 Ibishan, a subtype of jackal, and 2 regular Rutian jackals. They were well equipped with small arms and were supported by 2 wraiths and a phantom. The survivors mounted a defence against the Covenant by blocking off the large gate area with a haul truck. The Ibishan quickly blew through the impromptu barriers and assaulted the cavern in every direction. Tanaka and her father stood in a large walkway as many of the attackers began climbing onto it to attack them. Her father ordered her to retreat up to the upper levels of the facility to escape the attackers, and she obeyed. She managed to hold the Covenant off for a short while with her shotgun, killing at least one of them and destroying a ladder to prevent the rest from following. She later witnessed her father being captured by 2 Ibishan, and, whilst distracted by this, was snuck up on and kidnapped during the Covenant assault by the 2 men she'd inquired about who she believed were inciting strife, only a matter of moments before. In 2554, 2 years after the Ibishan assault on the mining operation, Tanaka and 2 other survivors were rescued from Minab by recovery teams. She would then enlist in the service of the UNSC Army sometime after her repatriation, and by 2556 she had become a non-commissioned officer at the rank of sergeant. Her technical skills were also proved useful in the aftermath of the glassing of Minab, and she was assigned to the 412th Engineer Command. A colony known as Clayel was attacked by a Covenant remnant in 2556. They glassed the planet in an artistic fashion, burning a myriad of glyphs onto its surface. When the UNSC forces arrived on scene, They determined that only one city on Clayel's surface remained intact after the glassing. Now a sergeant in the army, Tanaka was brought aboard the UNSC Cascadia, one of the first ships to arrive in orbit shortly after the glassing, to lend her expertise in recovering any survivors on the imperiled colony. The Navy ordered her to conduct a search and rescue mission on Clayel with 2 other ODSTs. Tanaka managed to find a group of survivors in a Jackal-occupied cave system, declaring the mission a success. After they were rescued, Captain French of the Cascadia, impressed by Tanaka's intelligence, initiative and selflessness, recommended her for recruitment by the Spartans. She accepted and went under augmentation with the Spartan 4 program. Spartan Tanaka was assigned to the UNSC Infinity in February 2558. She served with Fireteam Domino during the military operation on Requiem. Early in the operation, Domino took part in joint military operations alongside Fireteams Majestic, Crimson and Castle, neutralising Storm Covenant and targeting their outposts on the planet. Seven months after the Requiem campaign, Captain Lasky selected Tanaka to take part in Operation Athena. It was a 5-man mission designed by Admiral Seren Osman to prevent Jul Madama, leader of the Covenant Remnant, and the defected Catherine Halsey from reaching the Forerunner facility known as the Absolute Record. On September 15th, Tanaka convened with the other members of the specialist 5-man team, comprising of Sarah Palmer, Gabriel Thorne, Dr. Henry Glassman, and Ayit Sevi, an elite mercenary working for the ONI. They were briefed on how they would infiltrate Jul Madama's fleet by stowing away on board the assault carrier, Breath of Annihilation, upon arrival at the Absolute Record. The team were to separate from the fleet and use an advanced telemetry probe, a tracking device, to transmit their location back to the UNSC reinforcements. 2 days later, Ayit Sevi rendezvoused with Jul's fleet in the Urs Feed Jory system and sneaked Tanaka and the other members inside the Breath of Annihilation. After the fleet jumped in and out of slipspace and neared the Absolute Record, multiple slipspace ruptures materialised into several of the fleet's ships, and one of them began to tear apart the Annihilation. Ayit Sevi informed the team they had to move out, and their probe had been destroyed. By 2558, Holly Tanaka is a part of Fireteam Osiris, led by Spartan Jameson Locke, in search of the rogue legend, Spartan John 117, the Master Chief. Hey, thank you for reaching the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of work went into making it, so if you guys did enjoy it, then drop a like if you want to. Maybe drop a comment, tell me what you thought. I'll be doing videos on the rest of Fireteam Osiris in the very near future, so if you want to see those, then be sure to subscribe, and you'll be notified of when I upload those videos. And I also want to thank you guys for 1,400 and 1,500 subscribers. This channel has grown massively in the past month or so. And it is all down to you guys. All the hard work and effort that I've put into it is paying off, and you guys are loving the content, and I could not be any more grateful for that. You are driving one of the things that I enjoy to do most of my life, and it really feels amazing to get such a great response on the videos that I'm making. So thank you for that. Thank you a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.